everyone. I'm Ninti from Queendom Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'd like to take this time to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for the wonderful comments. Thank you so much for the new viewers. Thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe, like, share, drop something in the comments. Let me know how it resonates. I'm just trying to take a little moment to clear the air. Moving into but I think this is the fourth. This is my fourth reading, fifth. So, trying to get my energy up, keep my energy up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull. I go randomly to pull to see who we're gonna tap into. Right now, we're gonna tap into Libra. Libra. Air energy. All right, Libra. So, let me just go through my little spiel. It is Pisces season. Pisces season is all about emotions. I know that's, for us, it's not water signs. This is tough for us. It's just, we're trying to do the best we can. You're being an air sign. I know this emotions and all this stuff going on can be a little unsettling. But it hit me pretty hard too coming in. But when it did, I was able to really tap into certain energies. I was able to, sort of kind of channel of what I was feeling and what was coming through me at the time. And the first question that came to me are you going to go with the flow or swim against the current? And what I was finding myself doing is that I was swimming against the current, and it was causing a lot of frustration. It was causing a lot of just frustration, in me, because, things aren't going as fast as I want. They're not moving in the direction I want, and basically going against the current, the flow of things, the natural flow of things. And it can be frustrating, and it brought a lot of emotions to the surface. There is definitely a force right now to surrender and to go with the flow of life. And as we're doing this, because it's like just letting go, it's just like the letting go. When we do that, fear and doubt come to surface. And in order to battle this fear and doubt right now, we definitely need to stay in a phase or a period of mind state of faith and hope, because that's what's going to bring us through that. Let's see here. So, yeah, definitely. One more card here. So, yeah, that's definitely, what we're going to be looking at, okay? Also, this is also a time period where you may experience some mental fogginess, because we're sort of kind of being led to come from our emotional center, to come from our heart center to make decisions, and not really, especially with you guys being so mental. I know this is going to, feel very foreign because you come from here. You like to make decisions from here. But in this energy, it's sort of kind of asking us to allow our heart to lead us and our intuition to lead us. So just focus on that. Don't worry about that you may not know what to do. Just sort of kind of feel your way through right now. Because it's going to be these periods of highs and lows. It's going to be high tides and low tides. It's going to feel almost very bipolar. And in these high times of high tides, it's going to be critical for you to tap into your imagination, for you to use that time that you're in that energy, in that zone, to visualize. So that you can manifest the reality that you want. And when you're in that low time and in that low energy, you definitely need to just allow yourself to go there. Feel those emotions, purge, look at it, love yourself, hold yourself through it. And like I said, just hold on to those concepts of faith and hope, and that you're going to make it through this. Like I was saying, there's low tides, but the tide will rise again. Okay, there will be another high tide. So, just go ahead and ride the low tide, let it ride out. And, the whole idea and concept to make it through this is to just float. Go with the flow. Let the current take you. Don't fight against the current. And I think those are all of my notes. those are all my notes that I have that I got down during my period of download. But very emotional time. Very emotional time. A lot of disappointment and regrets came to surface. A lot of things that, you know, just I had to look at, you know, emotionally. Um, and it wasn't, you know, all good and to look at, to feel, you know, to allow myself to feel, to allow myself to cry for myself. You know, that's what I said this sort of kind of felt for me, like I was giving myself permission to shed tears for myself, you know. So it's very healing, you know, and acknowledging, like, me and God had a serious, like, conversation. Like, you know, it got serious. Because I got frustrated, you know, and we talk real like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just expressed, and it was very cleansing for me. After I did that day, I felt so much better, and I've been back, you know, going back up to my high tide, you know, at my low tide. Me and God had a serious conversation, and I was very honest about my displeasure and my frustration, and, you know, how I felt I was alone. I've been left alone. Why hast thou forsaken me? Yeah, I went to the abyss. I was at the bottom of the ocean. But I floated up to the top. I just let go. I let go. I surrendered. I let it take me down to the abyss, you know. And when it was time for me to float back up to the top, I floated back up to the top, you know. And like I said, I've been doing good since then. Since I let myself go there and feel those emotions, I definitely feel a lot better. And I'm cleansed. I mean, like I said, crying is so cleansing and so purging, you know. So, you know, I know it's a time, you know, I know air signs. Oof. You know, you guys can almost come across as cold and emotionless, you know. So, the thought of even having to, you know, be emotional, you know, it freaks you guys out. Mm. Alrighty. It looks like there is a situation, possibly a love, soulmate type of situation, that is going to require your patience. And it is clarified with the Tower card is in reverse. So it does look like, you know, that, you know, this Tower moment has not taken place yet. It hasn't been that destruction yet. You know, maybe they're putting sticks of dynamite in the building. You know, they hadn't hit the implode button yet, you know, to blow it open. But there's some patience that's required. It looks like it's going to happen. You know, this Tower moment's going to happen. There's going to be some destruction that has to take place in order to create this this love relationship. But I think at this moment, we're waiting for the Tower. We're waiting for that button to be hit for the implosion. Okay. All right, let's get into it, Libra. Starting off, we have boundaries. Clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. And clarified with the Six of Wands. So it does look like there's some type of recognition, you know, involving a Queen of Pentacles. You know, it looks like maybe, you know, I don't know if you had to set boundaries between you and this Queen of Pentacles, or I don't know if you had to set boundaries around you and this Queen of Pentacles. But I definitely see, you know, it looks like, you know, these boundaries, I don't know, it almost feels like the boundaries are being put around this queen. Like this queen is being lifted up, and there's being these boundaries put around her of protection. That's sort of what I'm feeling from that. We have the community card. We have that verified by the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and taking and working together. So a group of people coming together, work together. But we do have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it definitely looks like, maybe you coming together with a group of people and working with a group of people and giving back to a group of people is upsetting a Queen of Wands, a fire sign, Sagittarius, Capricorn, I'm sorry, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, female, or just somebody who's outgoing, or somebody's just very not happy. There's a feminine energy that is not happy with you giving your money or you giving back to the community or something. It feels very, I don't know, it feels very selfish. This Queen of Wands feels very selfish. It seems like she wants, you all to yourself. It's a masculine or feminine. But it's definitely this fire sign energy that I think that wants you to yourself, and it upsets them, that you give back and that you do so much for the community, and, just possibly be some jealousy, surrounding this recognition, surrounding this Queen of Pentacles, this success, and the boundaries that's been set around this queen. Looks like amongst this community, in the middle, amongst this community. We have the child creative spark, which is clarified by the 8 of Wands, which is clarified by the 10 of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, the 7 of Swords in reverse. So I definitely feel like, this spark of energy, this passion, this, almost like this childhood energy spark has come forward, and it's happened very quickly, maybe through some rapid communication or whatever. But whatever it is, it has untrapped you. It has released you from feeling trapped. It has released you from feeling limited and that you can't move forward. We have child innocence again. It's a lot of childish energy, a lot of just innocence. Child innocence about feeling protected. Definitely feeling protected. We have that clarified by the Emperor card, who's a father figure. And then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So it looks like there may be some type of, dispute over a child, with a father that could be over, yeah, whatever this spark, this energy, or whatever this passion that left you feel entrapped, it could have led you to, to end this conflict with this father figure, end some type of conflict, with the father figure, or getting some type of protection. I can also see, some protection, if something is violent or turned violent, I can definitely see, possibly needing, protection authorities to be able to protect you from this conflict. I can definitely see situations, like that could be applying to someone out there. I have the Ace manifestation clarified by the 8 of Cups. This clarified by the King of Swords. So I definitely feel like, you're definitely trying to manifest something. You're walking away from past hurts. Looks like you're trying to definitely manifest this love situation over here, this soulmate love. And you're walking away and cutting off. I think anything that stands in the way of you manifesting this. I think you're walking away from it. You're cutting, off whatever you need to cut off in order to manifest this new life that you're wishing for and that you're hoping for. Meaning ending any type of conflict, release yourself from feeling trapped, setting up the necessary boundaries to protect this relationship. We have the Joy card, which I think is about the only water card. Child innocence is water. Joy, clarified by the Two of Swords, which is clarified by the Five of Wands in reverse. I'm sorry, my eyes. The Seven of Wands in reverse. It looks like there's definitely some indecision, that's standing between you and this joy. It looks like, it's some indecision and you're not taking a stand. I mean, I see you walking away, cutting off. So you're doing that part. But you're still not making a clear decision, it seems. It still seems that you're not taking a stand for what you truly want. We have the Mother Creativity. That's clarified by the Five of Swords, which is clarified by the Three of Swords. So it could have been a third-party relationship. I definitely, can see that may be over. Are you trying to get over a third-party relationship? Definitely looks like, just some clarity, some mature thoughts on how to manifest this love. And knowing that it's going to require definitely some forgiveness to get over this loss and disappointment. And it's also going to require just putting an ending to fighting. And again, that's just this conflict. You're doing whatever, setting these boundaries or whatever you need to with, this Emperor character, whoever, this Queen of Wands character, whoever is coming forward that is trying to bring this confrontational energy, just definitely not even entertaining it. Doing everything you can to release it. We have the Success card clarified by the Page of Cups, clarified by the World card. So there could be endings and new beginnings. It looks like there is going to be a successful opportunity with the Page of Cups. Opportunity with the Page of Cups that comes maybe after some ending that will lead to success. But that is what I'm saying right now, Libra. Let me go ahead and I'm going to read the Wise Woman, which that Sophia is the goddess that's overlooking this reading. I always select the goddess to see who is overlooking the reading, and we have Sophia, the Wise Woman. So definitely looks like wisdom is going to be at the forefront. Patience is going to be required. And let me just get a little guidance from the angels before I read the Wise Woman. Fresh air. Fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend some time outside today, as near to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. So being out in nature and grounding, there are as many earth cards as I see here on the board. Yeah, definitely, getting in touch with Mother Earth, getting outside, grounding with nature, and bonding with nature is something that I could definitely see can be beneficial to you at this time, as you go through this period of patience. All right, let me check with Sophia. Sophia. Sophia is a wise woman who can be invoked but is also present in you. Her fire of knowledge is on earth. Her sacred will connects with you as you find your own will to radiate your light of conscious knowing. Sophia leads you on the highest path of learning's life profound lessons and assists you in walking this knowledge in your world. As your spiritual understanding quickens, you activate spiritual understanding in others. Sophia reminds you to consult the light of spirit to be shown the way. She is the living message, as above, so below, exemplifying heaven on earth. I feel like, do you see this? And she's pregnant. I feel like this is what she's giving birth to. What she's trying to give birth to. She's trying to give birth to this soulmate connection. She's trying to give birth to this ultimate union. But it's going to require patience, just like when giving birth. I mean, you don't get pregnant and then give birth to the baby the same day. It takes 9 months. So, definitely patience. Definitely patience required. Let me just pull it all in. It's going to take boundaries. You're going to have to set up boundaries around you and this from the community. It's like you're in the midst of a community or a group of people, but there's still a boundary that you have to put around this union to where people in the community know which lines they can cross and which lines they cannot, which, how they can come in here and how they can't, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, setting those boundaries. And I think that's what's going to, this is the Ace of Pentacles, an Ace of, Pentacles. So that's what's going to bring the new opportunity. That's going to lead to this success. Yeah. Boundaries. Boundaries. These are letting go, moving on. Taking a stand for yourself and your beliefs. Letting go of the conflict. Making, this is the problem areas. You're healing. That's good. I'm telling all the places where we're doing good. You're healing. You're letting go of conflict. You're letting go of stuff. You're taking a stand for yourself. You're speaking your truth. You're setting boundaries. You're setting rules. You're giving up the fight. Oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. You're giving back. You're reciprocating. You're balancing out. Creating balance. Again, bringing things to an end. To make ways for new beginnings. You know, you're carrying this childish innocence, knowing that you're protected. You're carrying this childhood spark and passion of just taking life. And when I think of child creative spark, I think of no limitations. I think of children coloring outside the lines. I just think of finger painting and just when you're in kindergarten and when you're just, you go to the art center, you go to the art table, and it's just whatever, you know. That's what I feel. The childhood creative spark is just, you know, knowing that whatever you create, it's art. It's an expression of you. It's art. If it's a stick man, it's art. It's your expression. And I think that tapping into that energy, tapping into that, the innocence of a child. The innocence of a child is just about exploring and looking at things in the eyes of newness. That everything is new and you're willing to sort of kind of try things out. You know, and childhood creative spark is the passion and the courage to do it fearlessly. So definitely that energy has to come to the forefront. The energy of just being a child, just looking through things through the eyes of a child, with innocence, without judgment, without, you know, all the perceptions that we've been taught. You know, just innocence through the eyes of innocence and just pure discovery, pure exploration, pure adventure, and just being open to that. Because I think that's going to bring you great joy. It's going to untrap you. It's going to free you. And I think things will start happening very quickly. Very quickly. You'll be able to finally make up your mind, make up a decision, and you'll finally have the courage to make that offer or to accept that offer. And then we can finally bring it down so that we can rebuild. That's where we're trying to get. Because there is that period of destruction and ending. The World card. That's what's going to bring the Tower to. Okay. Boundaries. Setting up boundaries. Setting up rules. Having that child innocence, childhood spark. So that we can go ahead and get this tower going, break it on down, so we can bring this into fruition. Because this is the end goal for you guys, Libra, is to have this relationship. Get out in nature, get some fresh air, go hug the trees, go ground yourself. I mean, it's sort of kind of still chilly here in Georgia, so you can't just walk barefoot on the grass, but not yet. But just definitely do some things to ground you, you know. Sometimes just touching, just putting your hand on a tree, just, you know, just touching anything, you know, outside, a tree, a rock, you know, just anything to pick up that frequency. Because, you know, one thing people don't realize that you're also getting the energy from the sun, you know, and there's a lot of things going on another level. I won't even get into that here for a whole nother channel. But, you know, there are things going on right now, you know, with the sun. And the sun is, you know, giving a lot, is making changes. And it's having a change on us. You know, it's having a change on us as well. And if you're not out in the sun that much, you're not getting a lot of the downloads. A lot of the information is coming through. The sun is downloading. The new information the sun is putting out. The new codes the sun is putting out. But if you go ground with things that's been out in the sun the whole time, it's almost like you can catch up. Like you can get a cheat sheet, or you got the Cliff Notes. You know, it's like you go touch this tree that's been in the sun all of this time. It's like you can now absorb all of this energy that the sun has been putting out this whole time. You know, despite the fact you may not be out in the sun every day to absorb these codes and to absorb this energy. So, get out in the sun, fresh air. It's critical right now. Stay afloat. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Peace and blessings.